this is Roger, thanks for dropping by. Just a quick look round because there's a few new blooms. We had a look at this earlier in the week, or back at the weekend. This is my nobly type Dendrobium prima donna. These particular blooms are still not fully open. There's another cluster of buds to come. But I'm pleased with this time round because occasionally this comes out without the pink tips, or they're so pale you've got a job to see them. But then they're a nice prominent pink this time round. Lovely colour and looking good in this bright light, or you could even call it sunshine, I suppose. And although this, strictly speaking, isn't my plant anymore, and it needs chucking in the bucket, I'm warming my Vanda water up at the moment. That's just hot water in empty containers, just raises the temperature in there. And this is to go to somebody else, but I thought it might be nice. Let's see if we can find some brighter light. Light these blooms up. There we go, that's better. I thought as it's actually in bloom, although it's not a brilliant spike, it might be nice to have a good look at it. There's Rhynchostylus gigantea. I must admit I'd completely forgotten what these blooms look like. But yeah, so there we go. Not a brilliant spike, as I said. It should be 4 or 5 times the size of that, with a lot more blooms on. But at least it's managed to get to bloom this time. It hasn't bloomed for a very long time. So that's to go to somebody else. I doubt if the blooms will still be there then, but then I've got no idea how long they're going to last. We shall see. But it could certainly do with the drink, which it's about to get. That's that one. And then over here, although not fully open, we've got some more Cattleyas coming. I did say there was quite a lot of Cattleya buds around. This nice splash of orange has been there some time now. The other 2 spikes have gone over. We did have 4. At one point they were all out at once. But over here, the buds on this one are just starting to open. So that's some more orange. But this time it's got a very attractive lip when this fully opens. It's orange, but it's got a red frilly edge to it, so it's very attractive, that one. And then over here we've got another orange one about to break, so that should be open in the next couple of days. Nice, what have we got on there? 3, 6 if they all open. Not so many on here, but one of these 2 has actually got a second spike coming somewhere. Forget which one it is. And then over here, this was on the floor. We can't leave things like that on the floor, can we? So Coelogene cristata is just opening. This one's, I don't think that's going to open anymore now. That tends to be how it is. The lip opens what I would call clean, and the petals and sepals open with twists and wavy edges. Very, very pure white, very pure white. And I'll see if I can get this in a position where you can see inside the lip. It's hairy. Lovely delicate yellow, but tiny little hairs up through the centre of the lip. Very attractive. Another one just opening, and another 2 to go. And somewhere on here there's another spike that hasn't started to move very much yet, this one. That one's not moving hardly at all. It may never develop. It may never actually progress. We shall see. But yeah, it's the first time in 2 years. This didn't bloom at all last year, so we got it back at least to start blooming again. And then the goal with this one is to really push the growth this season and keep it well watered and fed during that growing season, and get some nice new big fat bulbs that should then bloom again this time next year. Hopefully a few more spikes, and possibly some larger ones. 4 blooms on a spike, I would say, is a little limited. There should be more. I mean, I've seen spikes on cristata, trailing right over, with possibly 10 blooms on, maybe even a dozen. But yeah, the first time that's been in bloom for some time. Nothing else opening or developing at the moment, I don't think. No. There are some more things to come. There are buds around. There's certainly quite a few more Tolumnias have got buds on. And the other Nobelies have got buds, or most of them. One of them's lagging behind, but I was expecting that because it got bought in bloom in the middle of the last year's season. So it was blooming out of season then, so I'd expect it to be delayed this time round. So, and then in anticipation, we've obviously got all the resting type dendrobiums that are all pushing their buds on. Except a couple that are, you know, lagging behind. But I mean, if you think my Friedrichsianum, I mean, that got an award at Malvern last year in June. So that's not a spring bloomer, is it? That's the middle of summer. So, you know, it'll be quite a long time before we see buds on that one. Quite a long time. But I'm very pleased to see that one back in the grow room again. Very, very attractive. And the purest of whites. Absolutely stunning. See you next time.